You know, I sat back and really thought about something that has been bothering me deep in my spirit. Time doesn't feel the same anymore. It doesn't move the way it used to. Days feel shorter, weeks fly by, and before you can even catch your breath, another year is gone. And at first, I wanted to blame something outside of myself. Maybe it was the system. Maybe it was some hidden force. But then I had to get real with myself and face the truth. Time isn't speeding up. We're the ones drifting away from it. We created the idea of time. We made many clocks. We agreed on schedules. We said we would meet at certain hours. But the only real time that exists is the natural rhythm of the sun rising and setting. That's real. That's grounded. That's life. Everything else is something we built to organize ourselves. But what we didn't realize is that our perception of time could be hijacked. And it has been hijacked in a major way. We're living in a world where our minds are no longer rooted in the present moment. We are constantly pulled backward into the past through endless streams of content. Old moments, old memories, old emotions replayed over and over again like a broken record. And while we sit there, locked into those moments, life in the present keeps moving on without us. That's the real problem right there. Not time itself, but where our minds are choosing to live. Let's talk about it straight. Social media has put us in a mental time machine. You can pull up a moment from decades ago and feel like you're right back there. The emotions hit you the same way. The excitement feels fresh again. The memories come alive so vividly that you forget where you are right now. And that's dangerous. Because while you're mentally living in yesterday, today is being ignored, completely overlooked. You're physically here, but mentally somewhere else. That creates a disconnect so deep that you don't even realize how much time you're losing. A whole day can vanish like smoke. You sit down, just for a few minutes, and before you know it, hours have gone. Not spent building, not spent connecting, not spent creating memories, but spent consuming what has already happened. You're reliving life instead of living it. And the moment you do that, the faster time feels. Why? Because you're not anchoring yourself in the present. When you engage deeply in real life, time feels full. It stretches. It becomes rich. But when you're detached, when you're just scrolling and observing, time collapses. It disappears because you didn't truly experience it. Now here's the part that should shake you. Think about 10 years from now. Think about 20 years from now. When you sit down and reflect on this period of your life, what will you actually remember? Be honest with yourself. If your days are filled with scrolling, watching, and revisiting old moments, then your memory of this time will be weak. It'll be foggy. It'll feel like a blur. Not because nothing happened, but because you weren't truly present for it. You didn't create anything meaningful to hold on to. That's how people end up with a giant gap in their life story. Years that feel like they vanished. Years that don't carry strong emotions, deep connections, or powerful memories. Just a vague sense that time passed, but nothing really happened. That's sad. And that is one of the greatest tragedies of this era. Let's not ignore what really pushed this over the edge. When the world shut down and people were forced inside, something shifted. People had time on their hands. but no real outlets, no gatherings, no connection, no shared experiences. So what did they do? They turned to their screens. At first, it felt like a temporary escape, but over time, it became habit, a deep-rooted habit, one that didn't go away when the world opened back up again. That behavior stayed, that dependence stayed. And now, even though we have the freedom to reconnect, many people don't know how to anymore. We have become comfortable in isolation, comfortable in observation, comfortable watching life instead of living it. And that has created a generation of people who are physically alive, but mentally disconnected, like zombies moving through life without fully and truly appreciating it. Let me tell you something that cannot be replaced by any screen, any video, or any memory from the past. Human connection, real laughter, real conversations, real moments shared face to face. The kind of energy that flows between people when they're fully present with each other. That's what makes life feel alive. That's what gives time its weight and meaning. Without that, everything becomes hollow. When you connect with others on a deep level, time slows down in the best way. Moments become rich. They become unforgettable. They become the memories that carry you forward and give your life texture and purpose. But when that connection is missing, life feels empty. Even if you are constantly entertained, entertainment is not the same as fulfillment. This is not just something to think about. This is something to act on. Because every single day you spend disconnected is a day you cannot get back. Every hour lost in mindless scrolling is an hour that could have been used to build something real, something meaningful, something that would stay with you for the rest of your life. Time is not being stolen from you. You're giving it away. And the scariest part is that most people don't even realize that they're doing it. The present moment is where your power is. It's where your life is happening. Not yesterday, not some highlight from years ago. Right here, right now. That's where your attention needs to be. Start noticing where your mind goes. Start pulling yourself back when you drift too far into the past. Start creating new memories instead of recycling old ones. Get outside, talk to people, build something, feel something real, because that's the only way to slow time down in a meaningful way, by actually living it. Imagine looking back years from now and seeing nothing but fragments, bits and pieces of other people's moments, other people's lives, other people's highlights. That's not a life. Your life should be full. It should be vivid. It should be packed with moments that you created, experienced, and felt deeply. But that only happens when you're present, not distracted, not detached, present. Time is not the enemy. Disconnection is. And until you face the truth, you'll keep feeling like life is slipping through your fingers. You'll keep wondering where the days went. You'll keep searching for meaning in a world that you are not fully engaged in. But once you wake up and reclaim your presence, everything changes. Time doesn't feel fast anymore. It feels full. And those are the realizations that I live by, and it keeps my everyday fulfilling, exciting, and most of all, productive. Let me know what you think. I woke up this morning with that thought on my mind, and now I have full clarity as to how to deal with it. I'm not saying don't get on your phone and enjoy an old song or a laugh from an old memory, but don't let it consume you. There are people who sit in the house all day, every day, with their phone or on their computer, dreaming about the past. They gave up on their present and wonder why they're so depressed in the present. That's why. Anyway, on to the next one. LanceScurv out. Thank you for being here. Peace.